What if I told you Doctor Doom, one of Marvel's biggest villains, was lurking right in front of us all along, hidden in plain sight with no one noticing? What if the ultimate villain isn't just coming, he's already been in the MCU all along, buried in a moment you thought was just an ordinary line? Could Tony Stark's own future, or even Endgame, be the key to unlocking Doctor Doom's true origin? Stick around, because what I reveal today might completely change everything you thought you knew about the Marvel Universe. Hey, what's up, Superhero Bowl family? Welcome back to the channel, your hub for the deepest Marvel theories, breaking news, and secret connections. I'm Kevin, and today we're exploring a mind-blowing idea that Doctor Doom, one of Marvel's top villains, may have already entered the MCU long before his official debut, hidden in the most unlikely of places. If you love uncovering Marvel secrets and connecting the dots, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's dive into the truth behind Doctor Doom's true origins in the MCU. 6 years ago, Marvel gave us a scene in Avengers Endgame that almost went unnoticed. Right before the final showdown with Thanos, there's a line delivered that, at the time, seemed like just another villainous remark from the Mad Titan. There was no other way. And then Thanos, in his typical calm, intimidating tone, says, "I'm going to enjoy it very, very much." Now listen carefully. At face value, those words seem simple. But what if those words are actually a subtle foreshadowing? What if Thanos' plan, wiping out half the universe and reshaping reality, is more aligned with something we'll see in Secret Wars? What if Thanos' dialogue was, in fact, hinting at something greater? Doom's eventual control over the multiverse. In the 2015 Secret Wars comic saga, Doctor Doom pulls off something extraordinary. Instead of dying, instead of losing, Doom survives the multiverse's collapse. He takes fragments of shattered universes and forges Battleworld, a patchwork realm where he reigns as a god, rewriting reality in his image. The scene from Endgame mirrors this idea: a universe wiped, a new one crafted from the ashes, and everyone forgetting what truly came before. That's the core of Secret Wars, a universe where Doom is king, rewriting history, much like Thanos' message about erasing and rebuilding, but amplified. So while everyone's focused on Thanos as the villain, what if Marvel was foreshadowing Doom all along, right in that seemingly innocent line? Let's take this further. Tony Stark has been obsessed with control. Remember, from his first suit to the Infinity Stones, his story has been about protecting and controlling the chaos around him. But what if that desire for control is actually building towards something darker? In an alternate multiverse, what if Stark didn't die in Endgame? What if, in some timeline, Tony survived and kept pursuing perfect order, eventually turning into something more akin to Doctor Doom? It's not unfathomable when you consider the recent hints from the Russo brothers, who dropped subtle hints about a secret connection between Stark and Doom. And here's the twist. Those multiverses where Stark becomes Doom aren't just fan theories, they might be secret Marvel plans. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, we saw Earth 838, a reality where Iron Man is missing, replaced by a world ruled by an authoritarian regime. What if that Tony Stark, the one who evolved into Doom, is hiding behind the scenes? What if his refusal to accept defeat in Endgame pushed him to a dangerous new level, combining technology and mysticism, the hallmark of Doom? In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, we encounter Earth 838, a universe strikingly similar to ours, but with some chilling differences. Here, we see a world where Tony Stark's Iron Man is entirely absent. Instead, Ultron's creations dominate, and the Avengers are a different breed, more oppressive, more authoritarian. The biggest question? Where is Tony Stark in this universe? If Stark had truly died in our main timeline, why does this alternate Earth seem to have erased him? And if he didn't die, then maybe he evolved into something darker, a version of Stark who carefully dismantled his hero persona and became a ruler through technological and mystical means. Could this be the Doom we're waiting for? A version of Stark who became Doctor Doom, a mind that once tried to save the universe but ultimately decided to control it instead? This scenario isn't just speculation. It's a core narrative Marvel might be hinting at: the transformation from hero to tyrant, from Tony Stark to Doctor Doom. In the comics, Doom isn't just about power for power's sake. He believes he's the only one capable of saving a broken universe, an ironic parallel to Stark's obsession with protection and control. Think about it. Stark's obsession with safeguarding the world, combined with his scientific genius, ultimately fuels a desire to rebuild reality itself. In a multiverse where things go wrong, a scenario teased repeatedly through recent Marvel stories, Stark might have started down the path toward godhood. Perhaps in an alternate timeline or a hidden universe, Stark's quest for order transformed his mind, blending his technological brilliance with mystic elements, creating the perfect Doom prototype. And Marvel fans, take a look at that Doctor Strange scene again. The one where the grim, Darkhold-wielding version of Stephen Strange is destroying universes. That's the kind of chaos Stark might have been responsible for if he'd survived and fallen farther into the Mystic Mind River. The recent comments from Marvel insiders and the Russos themselves are eye-opening. They've hinted that Stark's death in Endgame might not have been the full story, and that, in the grand design, elements from that timeline could linger, subtly influencing future events. What if, in some hidden corner of Marvel's universe, Stark still exists? Not as Iron Man, but as a darker, more calculating figure, perhaps as Doom. If the multiverse is truly infinite, then for every hero, there are alternate selves that took darker paths. The evidence? There are already subtler clues scattered across the MCU, such as the absence of Stark in Earth 838, the ominous control of Ultron-like forces, the recent hints from Marvel executives and directors suggesting big surprises about Tony Stark's future. This isn't just a wild theory. It changes how we view Marvel's entire narrative. It suggests Dr. Doom isn't just coming from another universe. He might already be here, lurking behind the scenes. It emphasizes that Marvel's stories about control, power, and hubris are interconnected. It hints that Stark's story isn't done. It might have already preceded the saga we've watched unfold. In essence, Doom's origin might not be a traditional story of a conqueror rising from nothing. Instead, it could be the tragic evolution of Tony Stark himself, twisted by loss, control, and the temptation of godhood. Now, as we wait for Secret Wars and the next phase of Marvel, ask yourself, could Tony Stark, the man who started it all with "I am Iron Man," have already crossed the line into becoming its ultimate villain? Are we missing subtle clues in past films? Are Marvel's secret plans hidden in scenes we've already seen? Remember, sometimes the most significant stories are the ones already told, just in ways we didn't see at the time. And if Marvel wants to throw a curveball, combining Stark's genius with Doom-like ambitions, it could be the most unexpected yet logical next chapter of the MCU. Thanks for tuning in to Superhero Bowl. If you love deep dives, hidden theories, and the wildest Marvel speculation, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.